Ricecup here with the first video of 2026. It is the finale to the first sailing arc on Mr. Iron Bar. I will be remaxing in this video finally and going for the final best install upgrade that is available for my boat that isn't the Dragon Kill, the Bottle of Storm. This item is used to create the greater teleport focus facility on your boat, which allows you to teleport to your boat wherever it is docked. So any of the new islands and any of the ports, you will be able to instantly teleport there with the teleport to boat spell. Each boat that you possess can be its own teleport hub, so you can actually get more bottles and unlock more teleports. It has really cool uses already and probably endless potential in the future, so it's nice to have this item for future proofing. This bottle comes from the toughest sailing creature currently available, the Vampire Kraken. It is time to set sail one last time. Okay, we're gonna set off now, so we're just gonna look around. You know, there's like two spots, but we'll just observe the middle one, see if there's like a nice spot for me to work with. Otherwise I have to go to that very specific spot and glitch. But like I said, we're trying to find something that can double shot. So dang, but they're like really close to each other though. I'm just gonna see if there's one that's like far enough away from everything else. Damn, they're like so close to each other. Okay, yeah, I don't think this spot's gonna work at all. So I guess we might have to go to that same spot where the glitch area is. So the spot we're gonna be experimenting with is the spot that everyone's using, which is just north of the Grimstone Island. Look at this, I'm like this close to it and it doesn't even see me. Dang, I'm like so close to it and it still hasn't. Okay, there we go. Nice. All right, well, that's kind of like the idea. I just freeze it for a bit and then yeah, I just let double cannon go crazy. These guys just have so much HP though, like holy shit. I guess sometimes I'll just have to wiggle, I guess, which is probably not a huge deal. Yeah, we'll have to do some experimenting and then we'll figure out. Oh, there we go. I see. It's not hard to get the double shot, but damn, these guys do block the cannon damage hard. That's crazy. You see that? The cannon's actually hitting a bunch of zeros. But it is pretty easy to land the freeze though, which is nice. But yeah, pretty easy to like just trap it under the, like this with the freeze. So basically I gotta do 2 freezes and then it dies. Until now we've killed things that had 0 defense, and this is like the first enemy we've fought that has a significant amount of defense, 115. And the cannon is absolutely feeling the struggle right now. Yo, this is pretty solid though. Huh. These guys are dropping me enough food to recover from the damage that I take right now. Ooh, okay. I'm kind of evolving the strategy a little bit, right? If I position my boat just a little north of where it spawns, right? And then when I freeze it, it gets stuck like this, right? And then when it's unfrozen, it moves over here. Yeah, see, it just moves over there every time. So then what I do is I do the freeze and then, yeah, we do this again. Pretty straightforward, consistent double shotting, and I can loot it pretty easily at this angle. Like the downtime, you know, for the looting is pretty chill. Like I should be able to pick this up pretty easily. Like so, and then I just rotate my boat a little bit like this, and we do it again. I actually got a good use out of this ancient ice scepter though. I've never really used it until sailing. We've already done 74 kills. So there is a disclaimer, I will call this method the backup method for double cannon because later on in this video there is an even better method which you can find the timestamps easily. But there is one good advantage with this method, is that this method you can actually do this on multiple Krakens. So you can find just about any Kraken that's on the edges and you're gonna be able to do this. You just have to do the same exact strat. Now the other method, however, which you'll see later on, really only works on that particular Kraken because it requires the border wall. So that means only the Kraken that's next to the border wall will work. But for this one, It will work on anything. So in case it gets really crowded, you're able to use this method. Basically, I can freeze as soon as I see an attack, and that way, I guess I'll only take one hit doing this method. So yeah, that's definitely the way to go, I guess. I see. Oh, right. It's because freaking... I forgot. I forgot to make a walk here. Make that shit walk here because I changed the helm on this boat. Oh, no way. I got a large dragon kill part. Oh my god. That's a rare ass drop. Way more rare than Bottle Storm. We'll take it. Oh, no way. That's crazy, bro. Yo, the RNG is kind of nuts right now. Holy. That's 8 metal sheets. You know how many frost dragons that is? That's 1,600 frost dragons, man, that I don't have to kill. If you guys don't know what these keel parts are, they're basically used to make the keel of the boat. If you want to make the dragon keel for the big boat, that's 16 large keel pieces, which is the equivalent to 64 dragon metal sheets. So that's a lot of metal pieces. Normally it's 1 in 200 for a frost dragon. So yes, getting these from the Krakens is going to save a lot of time from eventually having to make the keel on the big boat. They also drop regular dragon metal sheets, which can be used to build other stuff that is dragon tier, like the dragon cannon. Also regular keel parts, which is worth 2 metal sheets, which is used to make the keel for the smaller boat. I guess when I need a bank, I'll just go to Grimstone, park my boat there, because then I can just fairy ring with my construction cape anyways. Oh, there we go. Massive hits this time. I've used about 4,000 adamant cannonballs to do like 164 kills. So yeah, it is a lot more cannonballs per kill than a great white shark, that's for sure. Alright boys, we have bought 250,000 chaos runes. I forgot how annoying it was to use the shadow, just because of the insane amount of chaos runes that one needs to fully charge this thing, right? I was using it for the Krakens, but yeah, it's just too annoying having to keep buying the freaking shadow charges. So I was not sure if the Krakens were going to be tanky to magic because it has a pretty high magic level, but then it also has a negative 63 magic defense. But I guess those basically cancels out, and it effectively just doesn't have much magic defense because I basically never miss. I landed all my freezes. I might have missed once every hour, so that's like basically nothing. I should be able to use the Ayak no problem. A bit less damage as usual, but these guys aren't that hard to kill, so I don't think the shadow's needed. The Eye of Ayak is definitely a lot easier to charge since it's only 2 death runes and 1 chaos rune. Yo, am I the only person that accidentally brings the wrong boat for the wrong occasion? Yeah, this is my combat boat. I was gonna go do some salvaging. There's only like 3 places that you can get the Vampire Kraken as a task, so I'll just try it out at the start of the day. Oh, I got it. I managed to find it, guys. Vampire Kraken bounty. Nice. Wait, I don't need this. Why do I have all this other stuff? Shit. No, bro. God damn it, bro. What the hell, man? Jesus, man. One accidental misclick to this area and I was getting like constantly damaged. Ouch. God damn it, man. I didn't even know that's what it would do. What is this burn damage? Like, is it gonna disappear? Okay. Oh, thank God the burn damage is gone. Okay, so we have to be really careful going to this. You don't want to cross this because holy shit, that almost killed me. So I decided to test out some defense reduction on these guys, hoping that it would impact the cannon's accuracy. So I brought my Rallos. The Rallos is really nice against things that have high magic like these guys, right? It has 215. Because basically if I land 1 hit, then I reduce 10% of its defense based on its magic level, right? So that means 1 hit reduces its defense by 21, and I can do 2 hits. If I land 2 with the same spec, then it's 42 defense, which is insane. Now it does lower the defense, but the problem is it doesn't seem to work for the crew members shooting the cannon. So unfortunately, it just didn't matter since I am maging and I never miss anyways. Just to double confirm that the defense reduction is not impacting the crew's accuracy, I tested an hour of using Rallos and without, and in fact I actually got like 2 more kills an hour just maging and not using the spec. But this method, double cannoning with basically max mage, is about 60 kills an hour. By the way guys, these ironwood repair kits, they're all from salvaging. I got like 300 plus from doing the merchant salvage, so we're just using it here. And at the rate that we're using it, we're gonna make it last like forever. Yo, someone just maxed again. Here's some good tips for setting up. So right as you are about to make it to the actual parking spot, just make sure to freeze the Kraken there, because that way when you are taking your time to set up and positioning the boat to the right spot, you're most likely going to be on top of the Kraken, so that way it doesn't do damage while you're setting up. And also you can click on the enemy as well, so that way while you're moving your boat, your character and your crew members will be attacking it as well, saving you some time. Okay, it's pretty close already. So also you want to make sure that your boat is actually doing a double cannon hit at the start, and also when it goes northeast, right, for the second freeze. Now if the boat is not doing the double cannon on both of those freezes, that means you could optimize the positioning a little more. So try to really match the boat as close to what you see in this video as possible. It takes a bit of practice. Honestly, after a few hundred kills, I finally really got it down, like being able to set it up quickly. But yeah, it's gonna take a bit of practice, so be patient. Yeah, actually the boat a little bit forward, like the boat a little bit closer to these tiles. Yo, did someone just die? Bro, someone probably drank the Finch drink and died. Day 3. 17,000 cannonballs has gotten us about 500 Vampire Krakens, guys. Adamant cannonballs. I started off with about 64,000 adamant cannonballs, so that means we should be getting somewhere around 2,000 to 2,500 Vampire Krakens, which on average is 5 jars of storms worth. So let's just see if we can go on raid, because then we're chilling. If not, well, we might be in a bit of trouble. Yep, just spam click at the front of the boat. Seems to work, I would say, like 90% of the time. Oh shit, I forgot to mention, I am now over the drop rate. And of course, the most notable drop is the dragon keels, the 2 large keels. The cannonballs are honestly pretty sick though. A lot of rune cannonballs. Oh, dragon metal sheet. Oh my god, let's go. Nice. Sometimes the Kraken will spawn a little bit off the normal, or sometimes it'll move instantly even though you are like tick perfect on freezing it. When that happens, just remember you have 20 seconds before it can move again, so just position your boat so that it's double shot, and most of the time you can still make it work. But when you know it's getting close to unfreezing, I just make sure that your boat is facing the left of the Kraken, so that way it can go to the right side. You don't want to go to the left, because sometimes if you're not paying attention, it can go super far away to the point where you can't reach it and you have to move your boat, and that sucks because you don't want to have to reposition your boat. Yep, see, this is why you don't want it to go this way, just because it kind of messes up everything. Because now I have to like fix the parking. Nice. I just got my second metal sheet. Same trip. That's 10 metal sheets equivalent right there. Dude, that's crazy. I saved myself 2,000 kills of frost dragons so far. Holy shit, I'm missing out on so many mahogany planks, guys. I should have finished the construction grind. As in the mahogany homes, you know, complete them. The plank stack would be nice here for all these mahogany plank drops. There's this weird glitch where if you have like 1 inventory space, let's say you get like 2 metal sheet drops, you don't get it at all because for some reason it just doesn't have space and the game kind of just trolls you. So we're just gonna bank now, I guess. Alright boys, I haven't really used death runes all that much, but sailing making me spam the IAC like crazy. Because I'm pretty much out of these demon tiers. I don't really want to break any more Eye of IX. Wow, 50,000 charges. I'm gonna go for it, man. Let's go. Wow, that used 100,000 death runes. I've been collecting these for ages, but yeah, 50,000 cask. All right, boys, we are going to get 97 sailing. These guys are awful XP, by the way. I still have upgrades to do, so no rush. What? Dude, it already died. Why did you shoot the cannonballs? There's that one guy that just decides to, you know what, man, screw everybody else. We're just gonna park the boat and ram it into everybody else's boat. Alright, you guys ready? Let's see how many red topazes I have. Ooh, nice, 100 plus. And I'm literally only banking when I'm switching content, right, from my AFK savaging, so that's a lot. I really don't use the slaughter bracelets that much, so. We are at 768 KC, so we're gonna be 2 times dry today if I don't get anything. Man, sucks these things don't go inside the rune pouch automatically. I think that's something they'll, you know, eventually add to the CE box, the herb sack, the rune pouch, etc. If your kill's really slow, right, and you're not getting that kill before the second freeze, you can always tilt your boat slightly to the right, the Kraken, and it'll eventually get over here, and then, yeah, it'll just get stuck anyways, even without freezing. But that's only a single cannon spot, so you can also wiggle if you want by freezing again. But yeah, that's kind of like the advantage of this spot though, because of that barrier. Nice. Sea turtles. Make some fine fish offcuts for some deep sea fishing in the future. Nice. Very good setup, boys. Instantly pick up the loot. Plenty of time to catch the Vampire Kraken. So this is another variation where you can instantly pick up. Not that it matters too much, but... Oh, nice. I got a dragon kill part. Let's go. That's so good. That's 12 metal sheets total. I ended the session of Vampire Krakens at 1,001 kills, which is 2 times over the drop rate. So it is pretty fast to get the KC. It's just you burn through like supplies like crazy. So we're running out of the cannonballs and the runes. So yeah, we'll see how much further this goes. Also, the elite clue's really nice. I got a bunch of these. Oh, look at this, guys. 98 sailing. Holy dang. Imagine maxing was this number instead of... but yeah, one more level to go, the final level. I will be getting it next week though, because I'm going to be unavailable for a few days because of the holiday stuff. But it's nice. It is nice. I am pretty much ready to wrap up everything, right? From the bottle storms to getting this. It'd be nice if, you know, they all come at around the same time. Let's see. We're down to like 30,000 adamant cannonballs. That's crazy. Like, there should be 2 speeds of backing, just like there's 2 speeds of forward. I don't know why backwards is always only one setting, and then forward has 2 different speed settings, you know? It makes parking not accurate, because then you don't get to be as precise going back as you would going forward. So another double cannon method has been found. It works very similarly to what I showed you before, except of course it's a lot more streamlined, and you don't need to use freezes, even though I do recommend still having the freeze start, because it does help a lot for bad spawns. But effectively, you just want to park the boat in the way that I show it in this video. If you position the boat correctly, then what happens is that the Kraken will slowly shift over north, and eventually, if you push your boat along the way to the northern side facing the barrier, then the Kraken will basically get stuck between the barrier and the front of your boat, and it will line up perfectly with the double cannon, and it won't be able to move at all. So then you don't have to do anything and just wait for it to die effectively. I was experimenting with a very similar method. The only difference was that I was east one more tile, but the one that I'm showing you now is definitely the best one, since you don't have to time the boat moving along with the Kraken as precisely. As soon as you see the Kraken move north towards the wall, you can just instantly point your boat towards the wall and it won't matter. It should get stuck, no problem. And as for placing your boat, the easiest way I can show you is going to be on this picture that you'll see now. Effectively, you just want to make sure that the tile that I marked is next to the cannon, not in between the tile marker, but just in the line of the edge of the tile marker. There's a little more to it than just lining up on this tile that I marked here. You also need to be like half a tile behind, so your boat can't be like touching this line. It needs to have a little bit of space. Is that the insta setup? Oh shit, I think we just got the insta setup. That was really nice. So that's an example of how to set this up nice and quick. So this method is mainly optimized so that you don't take as much damage, but otherwise the kill speeds are about the same. So it's still like 60 kills an hour with like adamant cannonballs. If you're crazy and you using rune or dragon, then yeah, you can definitely get more than that. For those of you guys that don't have max gear and don't have like adamant cannonballs and things like that, this method will be extra good because you can spend however long you want to kill this Kraken, because once it's stuck, it stays stuck until it's dead or you leave. I'm not gonna lie, at the rate that I'm going, I'll probably run out of my adamant cannonballs before I even get my 2 to 3 freaking bottle storms. So this method is gonna help me as well, since I'm not gonna be able to kill it within 2 freezes probably, because I'll have to use weaker cannonballs soon enough. So as you can see, I saw the Kraken move instantly to the back of the boat, so I couldn't double cannon, but then I reversed twice and I was able to get it. And then I just forward once and it was fine. Something, I guess, advanced you can do if you get a bad spawn like that. So basically 2 reverse insta stops is the equivalent to 1 forward insta stop. I still recommend freezing if you really want to take minimal damage, because sometimes you're gonna make some mistakes, like you don't tag it instantly, or sometimes the Kraken's gonna instantly move on spawn and it goes south. If it goes south with this particular setup, then the best way to deal with it is just freezing and then just try and do as much damage as possible, and then refreezing it again in the same spot. The trick to refreezing is knowing that there's a cooldown in between your freezes, so when you know it's about to run out or you think it's close, then just move your boat away from the Kraken so that it can stay in the same spot, and then basically wait like 2 attacks and then refreeze, and then you can get it stuck at the same exact spot. Oh, no way, I actually got a freaking ink. Wow, I mean, I'm not even like lucky though. Look at how many kills I have. Right, I'm like basically on the drop rate, dude, for the ink. That's crazy, man. Imagine getting the ink first before the jar of storm. But that's sick though. I'll take the clog, man. That's a pretty cool clog, rare clog. So with this paint, you could use it on like a small boat, right? Or on a big boat you have 2. But the thing is, there is this like giga rare paint where you need all the other paints to combine it into the merchant paint. So I'm not gonna mess with it, because that'd be sick that in the event that I get lucky and I'm able to like get the other paints in the future, like, yeah, we're just gonna save it. I have used over 3/4 of my 100k cannonballs. That's actually crazy. Oh, nice dragon kill part. Let's go. It's been a while since I've gotten something. We're average on the metal pieces, basically average on the ink. That's crazy. First time I've ever basically killed one of these in 1 freeze. Just a little bit of juice. I guess just Mystic Lore with my setup is enough for an extra max hit. I'm trying to upkeep it with a Nightmare Staff. Lazy to flick. Alright. Dang, we did not get it, unfortunately. Another day. 500 more kills, so we'll end at like 2.2k before I gotta restock on the cannonballs. So guys, we're almost 98 sailing, so I'm going to be getting that tomorrow on late stream, and most of the XP is definitely from salvaging, not actually from bounties. I would say probably like 70% from salvaging, but yeah, we've been at the opulent salvage, aka merchant salvage, for a long while. As you can see, I also have 5,000 on my phone, so I'm actually at like 26k salvages for the merchant. And yeah, we have 1 barrel, so the luck's even out on that end. Honestly, the money is not bad. Look, we got about 6 mil GP basically for the platinum tokens and the GP. The seeds are pretty good. I've been collecting pretty much all of that, right? Using the seed box and the herb sack. Shout out to those. But yeah, Dragon Ale is very disappointing. So I have a moldy doll here. We're gonna give this to the curator. I think he will give us an XP lamp. There we go. All right, that's gonna be the lamp to remax. Oh, what the hell? That's crazy. Imagine imagine getting a genie lamp, bro. I guess there was no point getting this lamp ready. All right, guys, let's go. 3, 2, 1, send it, and boom, there it is. 15k XP. You know what, screw it, guys. We're gonna go ahead and put this other lamp too while we're at it. You know, we're gonna be going for like 20 mil plus sailing XP, honestly, for the second dragon cannon barrel and all that good stuff. But yo, thank you to all the homies, Mr. Bussy Bimp, Mr. Steve, Box Tops, Mr. Zerk, Mr. Jin Valid, Mr. Jimmy, Lava Spider, Mobile GM, Mr. NATO, Mr. Magic Toad, Mr. Mond, Mr. Jambalaya, Mr. Poots Obstin, Mr. Lucian, Giganoob as well. Anybody else I miss? Appreciate y'all. Okay, so we're back here not to get max case, but actually just to get the hoods. There we go. Now we can combine all these back together, so that way use these cosmetic versions. And of course we have the regular max case back for clue scrolls. It's been really refreshing not being maxed. It's bittersweet because now I have no more levels again, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Okay guys, if there was ever a time that a new skill comes out, what are you guys thinking? An older skill like Dungeoneering or something completely new? Let me know in the chat, I guess, in the YouTube comments. Mother trucker, there's no way I got a second Inky Paint, bro. That's insane. Literally the first skill back after remaxing, I get a second Inky Paint. Wow, imagine getting lucky on the Inky Paints just to go 4 times dry on the first bottle. Wow. Yo, if anything, maybe the maxing RNG is still, you know, available, maybe. All right, we're at 1910. Oh my god, yo, we actually got it. Holy shit, right before 4 times dry. Oh my god, yes. Holy shit, that's crazy, dude. Looks like the remaxing RNG actually happened, dude. Oh my god. A violently shaking container with the furious power of the sea inside. Hell yeah, dude. As you can see here, we have about 10,000 animate cannonballs left. We've used like 54,000 animate cannonballs just to get our first bottle storm. God damn, we were only supposed to use like probably 15,000, right, to get our first one. Oh, nice. I got 2 giant metal sheets. Let's go. All right, I think I'm still a little bit behind on the metal sheets, but it's okay. All right, boys, I am not gonna wait to get like 3 bottle storms before I start using it, because we've already done so many kills, right? Let's just get this over with. Let's make our first one, like I said, on the combat big boat. The plan is to get another one on the other salvaging boat and the other one on the medium boat. Where is it? Greater teleport focus right there. Holy shit, requires these materials, 2 mil in magic stones, copper nickel, ironwood planks, battle storm. This is the right spot, right? The bottom right. I think we're good. I think we can send this. Here we go. No regrets. Oh, here it is. Wow, all it does is look a little bit bigger. Huh. Nice. Okay, so now I'm gonna make some teleport tabs since I'm on ancients right now. Also, just nice to have some tabs. You can actually make the boat teleports. Summon boat, teleport boat. So we're gonna make some teleport boat just because I imagine I'm not always gonna be on regular spellbooks, so it's nice to have this. I'm gonna park the combat boat right at Brimstone for now since I'm still killing these Krakens. I can just instantly teleport there, right? Instead of using the fairy rings a bit faster, so I can show you right now. So once again, I will be using this already for our continuous grind at the Vampire Krakens. We still have to get at least 2 more, so this first bottle is going to help us out already. Let's talk about some other cool uses of the teleport to boat. The biggest one is probably Lunar Isle Dog, because then you can 1-click to the Astral Altar. Really good XP. It's like 70k an hour, and you can make a ton of Astral Runes that way. Another cool place is the Buccaneer's Haven. This has like best in slot mutated Bloodfield spot with cannon and I guess Venerable. Some other cool places like docking at this island with the Rosewood. And there's this other few places, for example, this island here is like a clue step. So there's quite a few clue steps right in the island. So you can set your boat there so that you can get to those really quickly. There's another good spot here, Char Island, which gives you the lot of strike runes for metal sheets. So I'll definitely park a boat there when I start doing some Slayer there. And there is definitely going to be more ideas. Feel free to share it. And when they release more of these new islands, like in this area, for example, and this area, for example, right, there's definitely going to be a lot more cool uses for this teleport. So future proofing basically with this item. All right, boys, we made 1,000+ teleported boats. I think we're good for a long time, I imagine. Yo, this is not too bad. There's like 200 mytho cannonballs per world, but it's like late in the night. It was like impossible to buy any though, the first 2 weeks or so, but yeah, after like I guess 5 weeks I can actually get some mithril cannonballs. I definitely prefer mithril, I can afford it, but I guess worst case is that I just buy the iron cannonballs, because like literally there's like an infinite amount. Not many people buy it, so it'll do. But yeah, we'll stick with the mithril, because I am gonna be out of adamant once tomorrow's grind is done. I will be out. You guys might be wondering, is mithril cannonballs really necessary or something around that level? Honestly, not really, because mithril cannonballs are pretty expensive. They're 150 each, so if you're strapped on cash, honestly don't bother, because honestly the iron cannonballs are 15 times cheaper and they can still hit like 15s and even up to 16. So I managed to get about 10,000 mithril cannonballs when the shops had like average anywhere from 100 to like 200 on most worlds at night. So that's about 1.5 mil. Took, I want to say, like 5-10 minutes or something. Not too bad. That's, you know, a day's worth of Kraken grind for me. All right, boys, we're gonna do an hour of range Krakens, just because I'm sure some of you guys want to see how this goes, right? So we're gonna test an hour to see how many kills I can do. And I would say you really would want to bring a Ralos for range, since you will miss otherwise. So you do want that defense reduction. We're at 2090 kills. It's 6:45 p.m. So we're gonna check back at 7:45 and see how many kills we can do. This is blowpipe with amethyst darts. There we go. We landed the Ralos spec. I guess not everyone's gonna be able to afford a T-bow, so I figured the blowpipe is like a more representative example. So some additional things to keep in mind: I definitely recommend range pots, and definitely recommend having a Ralos. That spec is super good for ranging, because you will be missing with range, especially with stuff like a blowpipe, because they are somewhat tanky, and also have a light barrier if you're gonna bring the Ralos, because you want to be able to use the spec more often. Otherwise, just use like Archer's Ring, Venator Ring if you're not gonna use Ralos. Twist the Bow is the best DPS here for range. For some reason you don't have like a good magic setup, definitely range is your next best bet. You can also use the Bofa as well, because it uses no ammo, so it's the most cost effective, especially for irons that don't want to upkeep stuff like the blowpipe or twisted bow, even if they have that, right? That's also not a bad option. It's going. You know, the blowpipe's shitting on these guys, especially when I land the Ralos, but as you can see, I am not missing at all, but I did lower its defense by like half or something. So I still recommend bringing something like Ice Barrage or Entangle to at least freeze the Krakens to start off, because the bat spawns will still happen sometimes, and that way you can mitigate a lot of damage. Not sure if you can get away with just using the magic weapon to freeze, but if you want to be certain, definitely bring like at least your magic top or something for the accuracy. A lot more to set up with the range method, as you can see. Ideally a freeze, and then you switch into like, I guess, a range setup, and then yeah, the Ralos. So we're about to hit the hour, so this is the last kill that we're gonna be able to do. So we're gonna end at 21:54. So it's honestly pretty good, because that means I've done like 64 kills in an hour. Of course I was sweating it, right? I was flicking rigor and all that stuff, right? Range pot and everything. Oh yes, nice. We got some metal sheets. Yo, you guys are not gonna believe this, but we're out of adamant cannonballs. As you can see, all gone. Inventory, cargo gone. So the adamant cannonballs are definitely going to be noticeably better than the mithril cannonballs, because the damage difference is like 6. But I should still be able to get anywhere from 50 to 60 kills an hour with mithril, I imagine. So it's still pretty decent. It'll save me a lot more time versus making adamant cannonballs, that's for sure. Okay. Some of these worlds actually have a pretty decent stock, and this is like regular time, like 5 p.m. Oh, hell yeah. Large kill part. There we go. Now we're back on like the metal sheet raid, basically. By the way, guys, I did try entangling in place of like ancients, but honestly, it's so ass. Don't recommend it, because yeah, it's just so annoying. You have to like left click and try to lock it, and then the freeze duration is not even that good. Let's see, we did 60 kills in about 64 minutes, guys. So Give or take, yeah, I'm doing it fairly optimally. It's about like 56 kills with Mithril Cannonball. So it's about let's say 64, 65 tops to like 56 tops. Add them into Mithril. Oh my god, a Rosewood Seed, man, what a troll. I keep that though. I finally got my third Rosewood Seed though. I guess I could grow that and I'll have 3 for future content, I assume. Alright boys, we just concluded another 5-hour session of Vampire Krakens. And for the purpose of this video, I think I'll stop here. I wanted to get 3 bottles for this video, but I feel like at this point, you know, it could take forever and I just want to put out this video. So here is the loot for this video. 2,600 Vampire Krakens. Most notably, the metal sheets I went on rate. Basically, rune cannonballs, dragon cannonballs, pretty good. I'll save those for bossing in the future, like sailing bosses. 1 bottle of storm. Unfortunately, they're worth like 20-30 mil or something, right? We're supposed to get like 4 of these with this many kills. So we're probably behind like 100+ mil on loot value, in case you're wondering what it's like for loot. It's decent money if you actually can get the drop. Elite clues, decent actually, like 1 in 200 kills. Inky paint, we got 2 of those on raid pretty much. Other notable stuff is the seeds and the herbs. So bring those like herb sack, seed box, etc. Also lots of alcohols as you can see. So pretty much all of this money is purely on alcohols. So boys, this is going to be the last video for the sailing arc phase 1 on Mr. Iron Bar. So that means I will be playing on the UIM very soon. As soon as I finish my 2 bottles. So pretty much the next video after this video is probably going to be the UIM video start. But you might be asking, what am I going to be doing on Mr. Iron Bar? Will I be doing any like AFKing on the side? I will be doing some AFKing on the side when I feel like it, mostly just to do savaging, right? Because I would like to get my 2nd dragon cannon barrel. So as you can see here, I would love to get 2 at least to finish up my combat boat. And we can get some of these savaging miscellaneous stuff as well from savaging, right? There's a lot of those that we can do on the side, like the sea treasures, right? Pretty much all savaging. So I will at least do that kind of stuff, right? The return for Mr. Iron Bar, like a full return, will be when Race 4 comes out, but that's probably going to be late 2026. I think I will do a little bit of the new Grandmaster quest that'll come out this year for a day or 2. Pretty much going to be on a decent break, you know, at least like 5-6 months, something like that, right? It's been a really fun return, so I'm looking forward to stacking up more updates, so that way, right, we'll have a lot of stuff to do when we come back, right? Mainly Race 4, I guess more sailing updates by then. So yeah, and of course work on our other goals, right? Our Slayer goals like the jars and things like that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon with more videos. Take care. Happy New Year's as well.